Welcome to another episode of Rise with Xeeyyrious, a show where we dive deep into the untold stories of entrepreneurs who turn their dreams into reality. I'm your host, Xeeyyrious, and our guest today is the coolest guest around, literally. They have turned frozen treats into sizzling business, proving that success can be one popsicle at a time. Can you guess who? Welcome, Mrs. Sadiya Zailani, the CEO of Lazeez Pops. Thank you for coming here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here today.
So before we start our conversation, there's a little game I want us to play just to get to know you a little bit more.
All right, let's do that.
So, morning person or night owl?
Night owl.
Instagram or TikTok?
Instagram.
Work hard or work smart?
Both. I think both. Work hard or work smart.
Sweet or savory?
Savory.
Introvert or extrovert?
Extrovert.
Books or movies?
Both. Books or movies.
So now that I've known you a little bit more, let's get into our conversation.
Okay, let's get into it.
So, what made you start Lazeez Pops and why did you choose popsicles?
Okay, Lazeez Pops, it was inspired by my mom who used to sell ice lollies when I was young. So she would sell it at home, people would come in to buy, and then later on she started even supplying to neighboring schools close to us. So it inspired me to start. I chose popsicles because they are fun, versatile, and they kind of bring joy to people of different ages, almost all ages. Yes. So I think that's why I started.
That's interesting. Can you tell us how you turned your idea into a business?
Okay, so growing up, I already have the idea from my mom. So later on, when I got married, I decided to put the idea I decided to bring the idea to life.
Yes.
So I started by experimenting with recipes at home. I would give my husband to taste it for me. I would give out to relatives before I would introduce it to the market. Then later on, I started investing in social media, branding, and then selling locally at home before I eventually moved to shop at Kano.
And so then now you have another shop here in Abuja.
Yes, now I have a shop in Abuja. We actually closed the one in Kano. So we have a shop here.
So what are the challenges you faced when building your business?
One of the first challenges I experienced in this business was electricity issues. So I tackled that by investing in an inverter and generator, and later I even have to leave home and move to a shop because the light in my area was very bad. That's the electricity. So I had to move to a shop so that there they have a good electricity more than where I lived. And then I invested in a generator and an inverter. So that was how I tackled that problem. And then moving to Abuja, it was also very challenging because it's like you left where you already built a niche, and then we came here, you have nobody So I had to reinvest in social media and also reconnect with new customers. So that was also very challenging.
And now you are everywhere. Everyone is taking your lollies.
Yes, alhamdulillah. Abuja is even better than Kano. Alhamdulillah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How do you come up with your popsicle flavors?
Okay, alhamdulillah, one of my greatest blessings is I have a natural gift for taste and flavor, I think. So whatever it is I mix or create, it tends to resonate with people as much as it does with me. So, and I also invested a lot in understanding fruits and dairy products. So creating recipes is one of the easiest in this business for me, honestly. I will create, I give it out for testing to the people close to me before I then give to my loyal customers before I take it out to the market for other people.
That's interesting. So I think I need a flavor after myself too.
Okay.
What has been your proudest moment as the CEO of Lazeez Pops?
Okay. I think one of my proudest moments is seeing the joy in people when they take our products, like the joy, seeing that it's nice to them, it tasted delicious, they liked it, and the comments, that's one of the proudest moments for me. And also introducing my sister and sister-in-law into the business, and then now I am seeing them doing well. That is also very fulfilling.
That's brave of you.
Thank you.
How does your brand stand out in such a competitive market?
Quality. We never compromise on quality. So we focus on quality. We keep emphasizing quality. So whatever it is that is going out, I make sure that it's of quality. And even personally, I tend to buy things that are of quality, honestly. So because it is what will bring people back.
Exactly.
When you give them something of quality, they will tend to come back for more. So
you're
I will
not
say
about
quality.
profit.
I'm not about that. It's about quality all the way. Yes.
That's great. What advice would you like to give someone that want to start a business, especially in the popsicle business?
So I think the first thing I would say for someone who wants to start this business or any other business is to start small. You don't just wake up one day and then see yourself with a shop and customers flowing in and out. It doesn't work like that. I started from scratch at home. Sometimes I talk about having electricity issues.
Yes.
I will even make the popsicles, they will melt. I will have to redo them. Sometimes there will be no light, and I even had to travel home. When I went home, I stopped the business for a while because of the electricity issue. I went home, and that's when I introduced my sister to the business, thinking since at home we have this 247 light that she can start.
Don't you think having your sister doing the business will get away from your own business?
No. The market is wide, honestly, and she lives in Kaduna. That's at home where I live with my family, and then me, I got married in Kano, so I'm in Kano, she's in Kaduna, so you see different markets, different states. So I didn't put any thinking into that. I introduced her to business, took her along how she would do everything, and she started, and it's going well for her now. Honestly, she's one of the best popsicle vendors in Kaduna right now.
That's so,
and I'm very happy about that. You just start small, stay dedicated, stay consistent, and then when problem, you learn from your setbacks. When things doesn't work, maybe you feel, okay, this will be very easy for me, and then you realize it's difficult. Then you just stay consistent and dedicated in it, and then learn from the setbacks. What didn't went well, you relearn and then redo again.
I have a little question. Okay. Do you think starting this business needs a lot of capital for someone that wants to start?
No, I don't think so. I don't think I started with a capital of more than 200,000. I started with silicone molds for popsicles. Anybody in the popsicle business will know what I'm saying. I started with the silicone mold before I moved to the stainless steel mold, and with just my freezer, just one freezer. And then later I moved to a shop. I invested in a popsicle machine, all those kind of things. So I started small. I don't think I started with more than 200,000 to ship the silicone mold from China and then just buy ingredients at local supermarkets and start. So you don't need a lot of capital to go into any business. You can just start small, work your way through it, and everything will work out, inshallah.
And I think something as small as this will help a lot of people to have something to
Yes, it's a very lucrative business, but you have to be consistent, and because it's not easy. It's not easy, honestly. When I started, and immediately when I moved to a shop after the electricity issue at my home, I moved to a shop. I was pregnant. I had a toddler that just started school. My husband moved to another city, so it was hard. There were a lot of challenges along the way. So I'll pick him up from school. We'll go to the shop, wash his uniform there, cook there at the shop, because the workers didn't know much about it.
The business.
So, and then when I started in Kano, a lot of people didn't even know what popsicles. I would have to tell them it's just like ice cream on a stick or that kind of thing. So honestly, whoever wants to start whatever business it is, not just popsicle or food, has to know that it doesn't start all rosy, doesn't need a lot of capital. Just start small, build your way through it, and then provide quality. Because when I started, I didn't have a lot of people, just my family and a few friends that kept buying and then reposting, all those kind of things. But the quality, whoever it is that take it will say, oh, it's very nice. I want more. Okay, please let me introduce you to another person. And with that, the quality. So just know that whatever you're going to, not just that, oh, Lazeez Pops is selling popsicles. Pops Mania into popsicle, this and that. They are all into popsicle. They are making it. I just want to do popsicle because there is money in it. It doesn't work like that. You have to know the knowledge of it so that when you start, you give out quality. And I feel it's for any business. So you have to know what you are going into, have a knowledge of it before you dive into it, and then it will work out eventually, slowly.
So where do you see Lazeez Pops in the next 5 years?
5 years. In the next 5 years, I will want to see Lazeez Pops in more cities. We are here in Abuja now. I will want to see us in more cities and even neighboring countries.
Amen.
And I want Lazeez Pops. Yes. I want Lazeez Pops to be a household name for frozen innovative treats in Nigeria and beyond. I think that's where I want to be in the next 5 years.
Inshallah, you reach where you want to be.
Inshallah.
Right, so thank you so much. That's our last question. But before you go, we have a little tradition here, all right, with Xeeyyrious.
All right.
I want you to mention one entrepreneur that you think is doing well, is making waves, and you want us to bring here an interview as well.
Wow. I know a lot of entrepreneurs out there, women entrepreneurs that are doing very well, and I want to shout all of them out. But I'm limited to only one person. One of the entrepreneurs out there that inspires me is Umita Rabiu of Blue Cafe, Blue Xeeyyrious. So I would really want her to come here and tell us her story, because I think we'll learn a lot from it. She inspires me a lot. Okay. So I think Umita Rabiu, yes.
So Umita Rabiu, if you are watching this, be ready for us. Thank you so much, Sadiya, for coming here and granting us with this interview. I really, really appreciate you being here.
Thank you so much for having me. And please, before we go, these Thai foods and spices, I want the contact. This tea is so good, honestly.
All right.
I want more.
You will have the contact.
Thank you so much for having me today.
Thank you. And to our viewers, I hope today's conversation has left you feeling inspired and ready to take on your entrepreneurial path. So please don't forget to follow Lazeez Pops on all of her social media handles. And don't forget to comment, like, and share this episode to someone who needs a little extra motivation. I'm Xeeyyrious, your host, and this is Rise with Xeeyyrious. Let's keep rising.